Chiefly, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Having money on my mind, I having money in my pocket. Bone marrow roasted, spread it on the rosemary bread, lightly toasted, drizzle with the vinaigrette.
What's up YouTube, it's your boy Kakashi Crypto. This is how it's going down. In this episode, we'll be talking about how to bank coin in the next couple of weeks / months. And we'll be talking about the price predictions for Cardano, ADA, and Curve DAO. So if you're looking at me like, I got clickbaited. Well, you knew what this was when you signed up, okay? You knew what this was. So click the like button and watch the rest of the video because it's going to be a good one, guys. First of all, we can see here that just a bit of a whale alert for you guys. Someone actually moved $1.1 billion in Bitcoin. $1.1 billion, guys. Let me repeat, in Bitcoin for just $3.58. Okay, you can actually go check this on Block Explorer. I believe the Moon posted this, so you can go back to his tweets, or you can look at this block here and go on the Block Explorer. 1.1 billion for $3.58. Are you mad? Are you buzzing? I'm sorry, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, smash up the like button. Anyway, we'll be talking about Cardano ADA. Basically, they have announced their app called Catalyst on the Google Play Store. And without going into too much detail of this article, essentially what this app does is it enables users and Cardano community users basically to vote on proposals and have community governance over the protocol. So it's not just a Charles Hoskinson. Oh, excuse me. It's not just a Charles Hoskinson. Okay, take 3. It's not Charles Hoskinson led product. It is a community-backed product. So it's good to see some involvement in this project and that they're able to give proposals. You guys can look at this, but it's just interesting to see because previously iOS, also known as Apple, and also Google, they have had some skepticism towards crypto apps, and they've banned apps in the past. So like the fact that they're allowing this is showing that they're lowering their guard, and that crypto is becoming more widely accepted in the traditional space as well. There was an article that I read saying that now Bitcoin is actually, and crypto in general, is actually now less of a risky investment than it was 10 years ago, obviously because there's more infrastructure, there's more plumbing, there's more piping, so to speak. So yeah, it's interesting to see what is going on in this space. Without further ado, we'll be getting to what you guys wanted in the first place. So that is the price prediction. So looking at the markets, we can see there is a lot of red, as you can see here in my highlighted section. But anyway, we'll be looking at the price prediction. So first of all, this is on the weekly. So there's a couple things to bear in mind for Cardano ADA. Let me go on to the automatic. Firstly, we'll be looking at the 2-day. This yellow line represents the 20-day moving average, and then the beige line represents the 30-week moving average. In terms of the price support, we did find support here in the summer at this 0.07 cent mark, and then we came down to test it in September. And then we did bounce off of it, finding some resistance at the 20-day, and then finding some support at both the 20-day and the 30-day. But now we have been rejected from our local high of around 12 cent, and we've come down and we've actually surpassed both of the 20-day and 30-day moving averages for Cardano ADA. In terms of recent lows, I do believe there is more room for the downside. Why do I say that? Well, if you look at the stochastic RSI, and I know this is a lagging indicator and it's not exactly picture perfect, but if you look at it, first of all, okay, in terms of the VP, let's talk about the stochastic RSI. Looking at the stochastic RSI, we can see here that there is more room for the downside. Hypothetically, we could sort of get bought up by the bulls and then start to retest these higher levels here. However, I don't believe that is likely. I do believe that we will start to go down into the oversold territory, and then possibly go down to these previous levels here or so around the 9 cent mark. Who knows? I don't believe, well, anything's possible, but in the most bearish scenario, we could go down to test the 7 cent mark. However, I don't necessarily think that's possible. I will do a Fibonacci retracement in a bit just to give possible price retracements and where it could go in the immediate short term. This is on the 2-day, by the way. On the weekly, it's looking a bit better. It's looking a bit more bullish. On the weekly, we have sort of bottomed out for the stochastic RSI. However, we could sort of see a fake out in terms of a bullish crossover, and then see somewhat of like a W. So we do something. We do something like the following. We go up, down, then go back down again, testing this moving average, the 30-week moving average, before then going up again to test newer levels. But that is just a hypothetical, guys. Don't quote me on any of this. This is just my 2 cents on the market, or my 2 Satoshis, as I often say sometimes. But yeah, in terms of a fib, let me just draw on real quick. So yeah, in terms of the fib, we've passed the 0.5 percentile. We could come down to test the 0.618, and in the worst case scenario, we could come down to test the 0.786. However, personally, October is nearly over. I do believe that, don't quote me exactly, but I do believe the worst case scenario will come down to test either here, or possibly this level here, and then with the announcement of the with the announcements of the new president, I do believe that price will sort of trade sideways and then start to go back upwards in its bullish momentum that it was previously going in. However, that could easily be invalidated at any point, as cryptocurrency is a wild and volatile market, so anything can happen. Oh my god, let me get rid of this thing. Okay, there we go. So yeah, just bear that in mind, guys. It's not anything guaranteed, but looking at the weekly for ADA, it is looking quite good. In terms of new announcements and things, I haven't heard anything yet. If I do hear anything, I will let you guys know. But ultimately, if we are buying in accordance to these moving averages, then under the 20-week, it would be a good time to buy. It's holding support at the 30-week moving average, which is very, very good. You have seen a bullish crossover just in April or so, and yeah, as these two trend lines or moving averages continue to expand further, I do believe the bullish momentum will continue to go up and up and up, and you can see how powerful they are. Although there wasn't a crossover when these two trend lines were widely apart, it did represent a strong momentum. Obviously, this was in the bearish zone of 2018 to where we currently are now, and then we did see the fake out also here, ultimately having some sort of bullish momentum, but then sort of dying out. But now we have seen a good, nice and healthy bullish crossover. I don't know why that was so difficult to say, but yeah, we're starting to see these two trend lines just slowly separate from each other, and yeah, this sort of panic selling from August, I do believe that was just because of Bitcoin's volatility and not because of any fundamental reasons for Cardano ADA. So just bear that in mind. I do expect us to to continue to sort of go in this trajectory, and then for us to flip this 20-week moving average as support. That would be in the best case scenario, when everything's all hunky-dory and all rosy and things like that. But yeah, looking at the VP VR, there isn't much volume where we currently traded at. So for us to get back to these levels, if we were to pick up some bullish momentum, I don't think it would be too difficult, as it'd be like slicing through butter with a hot knife. I believe there isn't much resistance or trading volume, as I keep on saying. Yeah, ultimately, in the next bull run or so, 100% Cardano will be at least a single digit in terms of like $1-2. In the most bullish scenario, could we see a $5 ADA? Yes, we could. We definitely could. Okay, we 100% could. The previous all-time high was around $1.4. I do believe that we will be going through a bull market over several years, at least 2 years or so, 2 to 3 years, and in that time we will see a lot of volatility, but we will see a lot of fundamental development and adoption for Cardano ADA. We can't forget that it's a top 5 coin or top 6 coin, and ultimately with mass adoption, I do believe it'll be crazy. It will be crazy. They have planned things exceptionally well. Charles Hoskins, excuse me, let's go again. Charles Hoskinson, he is a very, very pragmatic person, and he does like to plan things out. He prefers to have the work and foundations laid out as opposed to building up hype, momentum, and not hysteria, but just overall hype, and then releasing the project. I think it's a lot better the way he does it, where he just has the fundamentals laid out, and then he announces things. So yeah, if you guys want to stay up to date, I suggest following his YouTube channel. Without further ado, we will get on to Curve, because otherwise this video will be too long, and in the next video we'll be talking about Kusama as well, and also Band Protocol, because ultimately guys, with the top 10, you're going to make good gains in the next few years or so, but in terms of the big brother little brother narrative, with these smaller comparative coins, their market cap is a lot smaller, so their potential growth is so much higher than it is for these top 10 coins. So we'll be talking about that in the next video or so stay tuned for that. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, let's talk about Curve. So Curve, this coin, I have mixed emotions about Curve, okay, because basically, when did I called them out here. I made a call here also thinking that they were doing a double bottom. This got heavily invalidated, and it just flopped, okay. Does that mean that it's the end for Curve? No, not necessarily. I had hoped that when I made the call of the double bottom around here or so, I thought it was either doing an inverse head and shoulder up where it was going to shoot out like this, or just, I don't know, just ranging, and then we're going to flip these moving averages as support. However, I was heavily wrong, okay. But I do personally believe now that we have potentially seen a bottom for Curve. One thing to bear in mind is that due to how the protocol is designed, there is a lot of selling pressure, so you do get, for example, I'm not sure if you guys know, but just to simplify it, you get paid to take out loans and you get rewarded in Curve, and then I do believe you also get paid to provide liquidity, and you get paid on Curve. So ultimately, that just means there's a lot of selling pressure for Curve, and is that likely to stop? I don't know. In terms of the tokenomics, you guys would have to look at how many tokens are out there, but I do believe most of the circulating supply is already circulating, and that inflation for the Curve token is going to decline. Ultimately, we did see its pinnacle in around August or July or so. Yeah, around August, it was trading for around $55, and that was just crazy. It's gone from around $55 now to bloody 53 cents. Okay, that's just nuts. But yeah, if you had got in at this bottom here, I know shoulda, woulda, coulda, my name's not Buddha, but just entertain me, okay. If you'd got in from the bottom here, you would have got a nice 100% return on your investment, just buying let's say, what day is that, buying on around 25th of October or so, when this sort of double bottom formation started to appear. So ultimately, if you are going to buy Curve, I would wait for it to either find support at the 30-week moving average or the 20-week or 20-day moving average, excuse me. Also because, like I said, there's a lot of selling pressure. It may have been, one whale who's just made a large order price, and this has caused the price to surge. Who knows? It's something you have to keep an eye on. But like I said, a lot of heavy selling pressure. But with these, low prices, if this is to pump back up to anywhere near where it was, previously, you'll be seeing exponential gains on your fund. So bear that in mind. This video is over. Bye bye, guys. See you soon. Bye bye. I love you. Bye. Actually, no, I don't love you. I like you guys. I like you guys mildly. Okay, mildly, moderately. Okay. Bye. I love you. Bye.